Still no fish. Hold on, baby. Still no fish, but just a minute. But we were able to pull some like 4-inch scoot, which is the large scales like in the back of a crocodile, and some rib bone and things like that. But we're still hunting for the fish. Tara just called me over the hill here, so we'll go up and see what she's got. What you got? What you got? Wow. So this is what she just pointed out here, see? That's a good sized piece of dinosaur bone there. Still in the rock matrix. Hello, my name is Robert Kreider. In the following video, you're going to see my attempt to relocate a site that I haven't been to in about 20 years. And it's a very controversial recovery site of dinosaur remains, or I should say aquatic reptile and dinosaur remains, pre-dinosaur, from the Upper Triassic, 280 million years ago, that still contain the iron from the blood, the calcium from the bones. So the animal's still there, basically. It's a skeleton, not necessarily fossil. And with these was also located, by myself, some fossil fish. And the fish were still purplish color and gold in color. And they were just amazing, amazing finds. When we took them to Tucson to the Fossil and Gem Show, about 2 a.m. we showed them to a man named Alan Graffam. Real bigwig in the dinosaur world. The guy sets the price on a T-Rex if you happen to find a T-Rex. And things like that. So it just gives you the gravity who this guy was. And when we showed him these specimens, he took them into a back room there and put them under a microscope. And he yelled out a curse word, and he said, "You guys don't have fossils here, you have mummies." He said, "You've got 280 million year old mummified fish." He said, "I not only see the scales, there is meat beneath the scales. There's still flesh here." And so we recovered those, and then most of my collection was stolen. I had about 24 inches of artery. I had a nerve and thing that was going to go to Brigham Young University because they wanted to see if they could retrieve some type of DNA, possibly from the crystalline iron oxide in the blood. And so, but like I said, so a group of guys that were formerly on my team that kind of got greedy and resentful over a lot of things. And even though these were my finds that I located them, I tracked them down, I did the work. For the most part, they did a little bit of stuff, but in comparison, they were basically tying on or treading on my skirt tails, and they ended up breaking in my house and stealing the entire collection. And that thing kind of thing happens, and it basically paved the way for one of them to end up with a degree in paleontology, because he brought that stuff forward, and they just kind of drug him along through. Meanwhile, I was kind of thrown to the curb on all of it. And so, but regardless, I still have all the original photographs and video of all the finds and everything. And so this time we went out to do it again. We went out to find these places again. And what the animal we're talking about is what's called it's a phytosaur, then change the thecat on it. Basically, it's this is a particular, it's a species Redondosaurus, and these were giant crocodiles. They know they got 7 meters as a conservative estimate. These things probably got 40 feet long based on some of the evidence. And so anyway, so they're really just huge animals, and especially when you see them in comparison to a human figure, just a 21-foot or 7-meter specimen looks massive, and these things may have gotten twice that size. So we went back into this area in an attempt to try to relocate the site, and we did find it, and we're pretty successful, even though we only took a couple hours to do so. It was kind of a shot in and out, and we lost daylight at the end, and the return trip was all at night, of course, and we had good moonlight. And during this exploration, we were able to recover things like scoot, which is the large armor plate, the scales like you'd see on the back of a big crocodile, but some of these are, of course, 4.5 inches or larger across. And we did get some teeth. With the tips were gone, but they're still beautiful looking specimens. We got some rib bone and a tibia, a piece of a tibia, and it's still in the rock matrix, which is really, really cool. And we actually recovered a jaw as well, and it's neat because the jaw's split open, and where it's split open, you can see the blood vein within the bone, the blood core, that arterial blood feed within the jaw there, and it still contains all the iron from the blood, which is just really cool, and all the calcium from the bone. I think you'll really get into that. So I hope you guys enjoy what you see. I hope you follow along through the whole thing, because it's really cool. The scenery is awesome. And don't forget to like and subscribe to our deal here. We survive at 100% out of pocket. We've only got like 3 Patreons. It's all good, but we just don't get shown with YouTube. Just does not push us whatsoever, because we just try to reach into the physical truth and we lay it on the table. It's okay if you talk about it and if you share an opinion, but the moment you lay something physical down on the table that can flip the sciences a little bit or cause too much turmoil, well, you're not getting anywhere. And that's where we're at. So you guys, please do your part. Share this around. It helps more than anything else. Spread it word of mouth. But also with the YouTube algorithm, you can force it to react by liking, subscribing, and commenting in the comment section as well. And that just bumps us right up. So thank you very much. I hope you enjoy it. All right. Okay, we've made it out here near the site. There's my lovely Miss Tara. Smile, baby. And so this is give you a first look on what this is like in here. We got to kind of make tracks to get in here, because we have kind of a limited time. We're late in the afternoon, and we're just getting in now. We only have probably an hour till dark, so I'm kind of expecting to come out after dark. So we'll see how this works out. Now, like I said, I haven't been in here in probably 20 years, and just have to walk it all from kind of body memory type thing. So you just kind of let yourself kind of walk to where it is without thinking too much, or you'll just distract yourself and think you know the way and not find it. So this should be pretty cool. There's almost what appears to be an old trail here that I'm following too. I think this is probably what got worn in during the past. It looks like we've had soft traffic on it, meaning non-hooves. You can see it or not, it's right here. This kind of path is actually usually from people's feet, not from animals. See a lot of little animals using it, but see, that's where the trail goes, but my mind tells me don't go that way, go this way, so I believe it. Here's something kind of unusual we just walked across, and that may not be readily apparent to you, but this large area here has been all knocked out. And that's about, I don't know, 6 feet across or a little more. And there's no hoof marks in it. This wasn't done by a cow or anything. I don't know what did this. Now we do have Bigfoot up here. Historically, this one had the title of the local area name plus monster because of the things it was doing. So I didn't expect to see any sign of them up here today. But it looks like we sure do have sign here. So this is actually toe prints. There's a big toe, second toe, third toe, fifth toe. There's the edge, primary edge of the foot. And then here you have toes, toe, toe, toe. Let me try to get around here, where I can let you see what I'm talking about here. Not a real big subject. Probably just on the forefoot. But that's what that is. So, and in this ground, man, it's real rare they even break ground. But here's another, right here's another big toe swoop. Right here, that's the same big toe structure. So, and you can see where they're scuffing quite a bit and breaking stuff out as they move across here. So one came across here quad, which is pretty cool, and dusted out the ground right there. God knows why. Almost looks like an animal roll with no other animal prints in it. Don't have much time to do any tracking today, so we're just going to move on through and keep an eye on the background, I guess. See if anything pops up. Yeah, this hard pack it's amazing they even broke the ground back there. It takes a lot of push and a lot of weight to do that. I see some deer prints here. That's about it. Okay, this is familiar, so we have to go around this topographical obstruction up here. You head up a valley, head of an arroyo. Yeah, matter of fact, I have a lot of memory to kick in to go around this, so we don't go down here. We go down up here. I got off my trail and we started finding the other stuff. Like I say, today's more of a, oh, there's a water line. Today's more of a how the hell do I get there and can we refine the spot? But I'm sure we will. It's all coming back to me, I guess. Yeah. This is right. Oh. Got a little lone bone or something here. What do we got, Tara? What is that?
Humerus. I don't know what.
All right, now what's the interesting part about that one?
This looks like tibia.
Tibia. Hand that to me, will you, please?
The top of the tibia.
Okay, let's take a look for telltale bite marks and scrapes from a canine. It looks like she's got some little bit of after marking. It's after it's been laying out here. But you'll notice the canine's going to take off all the cartilage. And what we see here is a cartilage scrape, but that's from one big front tooth probably, or a side tooth like an eye tooth. But there's no canine bites on this at all, none, zero. And the neat part is it's busted open, and that's a fracture when the bone was fresh. So, and there's no fragments here. There's not even the other piece of bone. There's a small one way over there, about 10 feet away at top of frame. But this is how you extract the marrow gonna crack that bone open and extract the marrow out of that bone, and it was done. You know, and it is completely out. So it's almost been pecked out in there, because usually you have a little bit of porous structure at the back. But anyway, yeah, these are great. Now let's see here. Let's see if there's any canine marking here. And I don't see any canine marks at all. And no cut marks. So there you go. And again, looks like we've got some damage here from larger teeth scrapes, getting the cartilage off, but there's no small teeth marks at all. And this side doesn't seem to have any damage. So that's really cool. So that could easily be Bigfoot feeding remnant. Real easy. And there are a lot of marks here from them going quad going through here. We're just not going to have time to sit on those today. If something pops out, we'll certainly be all over it. Yeah, this is... Okay, so we go around this and there'll be a kind of a flat mud flat. The other part of the broken one?
Yeah.
So it was broken right there, but you didn't find the rest of the body or the rest of the skeleton. It looks like only one leg was brought to that location then. Yeah, this is just right. Now this kind of blue clay stuff, that's what we're looking for. That's described as Chinley Formation, early Triassic. The animals go right through that gap. We'll go through this one. Yep. Okay. See, it's like 20 years ago, this little area, these trails and the little rocks. You haven't been in here that long. And actually, I'm seeing everything that I remember, so it's pretty good. It's overgrown a little since then, but it just goes through right here. Yeah, these little gamble oaks grow pretty fast. I think we have one more big one to go. I think. Yeah, so it should be right up around the corner, I believe. Wind's actually pretty stout today, so apparently we'll have to go up around this corner. I think we go around this little canyon. Yep. There's that good blue stuff. Okay, oops, sorry about that. Okay, I stopped to point something out here. So, in the belly of dinosaurs, they didn't be able to process foods well, like a modern bird. So they ate rocks. And these rocks became polished and rounded in their gizzard. That's what helped roll around and smash the food like modern birds do in their gizzard for them. And so they ate these. Sometimes they defecated them, and other times the animal would pass away and everything would go away except, of course, the agatized silicas and stuff. So you'd be left with just the stones out of their stomach. And that's what these are. There's absolutely zero round washed river rock in any of this. Absolutely zero. So anytime you're finding rounded polished rocks, there's also kind of a micro texture from the acid, but that's what that is. That's called a gastrolith. And we're actually coming into the area now, so I'm going to give you a little idea what this all looks like. And I think we're just like one little draw away from this thing right now.
Just a little shell?
Let me see. Yeah, it's a little Gryphea shell. This is from way up above, though. This is Cretaceous here, so yeah. We'll go ahead and move on into the zone. See, and so some of this here, if we look real close, probably won't take long, we can find imprints of insects, small aquatic mammals, and things like that where they walked. Here you go. Here's some probably cricket tracks or something, but where they've walked on this mud surface when it was a surface of mud there, and they'll do, and you'll see, like I said, small amphibian tracks. These are cricket again, but you'll even find larger stuff too, and even teeth impregnated in this. But each one of these layers was at one time or another a thin mud sediment with a lot of life walking around on it. Just dance right across the slope here. Careful not to slip going over that wire. Howdy. So what we want to do is we actually want to check these layers just briefly, kind of see what's coming out, and then we'll move. I believe this is the spot anyway. There's a million miles of this crap out here, so. Here we go again. Here's this material, and this isn't layered as heavy here, so this was a more flow prone region where the flow itself is affecting it. So probably have to cut this here in just a minute, so we can narrow down our search area. It's real difficult moving across these surfaces, not sliding down. So as soon as we get on and actually locate the spot, then I'll zip her back up and we'll take another look. Okay, we didn't have to go too far, and I'll show you what's going on here. So this, as you can see, that's a cast of a tooth. You look real close. You even got the tip of the tooth is still in there. You can see here. But that's an exact cast of a tooth. So there was a tooth there. And the shame is that if these teeth are exposed to the weather, they fracture and they fall apart. As you can see, here's another one. There's another. The enamel, that's actually the enamel to the dinosaur tooth right there. They say not a fossil replacement. So we're actually finding the remnants of teeth right here, see? And here's a bone. So that's one of their bones right there, dinosaur bone. And I just thought I'd show you the type of material. This is a very hard mudstone. And to get the teeth out of it requires a lot of manual labor. A little specialized, but it certainly works. We're actually looking for the soft remnants. So we'll get into the area and I'll let you check it out. Okay, so it's been real good. We're about to lose functional light here, but we've actually done really, really well. Still no fish. Hold on, baby. Still no fish, but just a minute. But we were able to pull some like 4-inch scoot, which is the large scales like on the back of a crocodile, and some rib bone and things like that. But we're still hunting for the fish. Tara just called me over the hill here, so we'll go up and see what she's got. What you got? What you got? Wow. So this is what she just pointed out here, see? That's a good sized piece of dinosaur bone there. Still in the rock matrix. And looks like you got a piece of an outer piece probably off the same chunk here. So set these down. But yeah, that's a big piece of dinosaur bone. Really cool. Super cool. Good find. Yeah, and you can see he goes over here too.
Oh, that's just
Good find though. Same layer. Yep, that is a big one. Or it's a base of a big one. Now, when you have one that big sitting right on top like that, and you got a base, look for the. Go ahead and look around for the tip, because it's actually cracked in half, but still, it's all laying here somewhere. That's part of a dinosaur tooth there. This phone will just block the whole thing. Maybe it will. Nope. Okay. All right. Anyway, so we're still hunting the hot area, and there's a lot of really big aquatic reptiles here. So, we found teeth here 4 inches long, but it's really the little golden and purple colored fish that I want to get some samples of, just because the only existing specimens of most of this were stolen out of my house. All the arteries and nerves, I only have a small chunk left, but all the fish. So, and we were actually at recently at a museum who the curator, the guy who runs it, was kind of bragging about having something like that, and showed it to me, and it was actually some of the fish remains that were stolen out of my house. Okay. So this fish might even be in this material. It's a really tiny little pocket, and all by itself. Oops. Okay, well, it looks like we're losing daylight, so let's go ahead and go package things up and blow out of here. So this has been really good, actually. Everything was very successful at least finding the spot. Like I said, after not being in here for 20 years, this is pretty broken up country. So after not being in here 20 years, we did really, really well. We hit the spot right on the money. So that's good, and we'll have to revisit the spot trying to find those fish, because it's a super important thing. I mean, the history's obviously wrong, you know, or meat and scales can last 250 to 280 million years. I mean, and this is 280, so it's just, you know, what's more amazing, you know, that it lasted, or that history says that they're that old yet you still have meat. So who knows how it all went down, but regardless, it shows that things don't go away as easy as you think. Say, cool. Well, we're gonna lose usable light. I'll let you have a quick gander at that sunset behind me. You can see it there. That's some beautiful stuff. Cool. Well, until next time, thanks for joining us. Make sure you subscribe and resubscribe and check your subscriptions. And if you want to help us out here, you know, we got a Patreon going on at patreon.com/Crider Exploration. So, guys, thanks for all your attention and all your help. Bye.